Hello, welcome to Saturday. We have a special guest that will be joining us soon, so stay tuned for that. Jackson is my cameraman, but he will also be on camera shortly for something fun. So, we have a few things to cover. KB, you will remember, and KA, you may know a little bit of this as well, but probably not quite as much. Mark had a new hearing aid put in, a cochlear implant, that was just activated on Thursday. And I checked with Mom and she said it's okay that we talk about this. It's going great. It was activated. He's getting used to how it works. Mom's getting used to all the pieces and parts. So next time we see Mark, I'm excited to see what it looks like and how it's going. So we're proud of you, Mark. All right. Next up is the plant cam, which 4 days ago, Jackson, if you could come in tight on the plants. 4 days ago, we planted them. Now this is yours, Jackson. Yours, look, they all have little sprouts. Dylan's has been knocked over twice by the dog. So Dylan's is coming along, but not quite as well. Roxy tends to get up on them every time we leave to get the mail, and she glares at us out the window and knocks these on the ground.
Sounds like excuses to me.
Kind of, do you think? Have you been singing to yours?
I do. I read them lullabies.
You do every night? Okay. Our third thing we're going to touch on. Okay. So I've been trying to come up with things that you can easily do at home with items you might have in your house. So I'm assuming everybody has toilet paper rolls. It's taken us a while to get these. Darn those jumbo rolls that take a while to get through. So you can make a little dinosaur. Isn't that cute?
Adorable.
Thank you. So I will do step-by-step pictures in the email that I'm going to send. Step 1, toilet paper roll. Step 2, smush it down. Step 3, there's a little template. And then kiddos at home, you're going to have mommy or daddy or grandma or grandpa cut it out. Then you're going to pop it open, bend down the tail, bend down the head. And then you can paint it. I even did little eyeballs and little toenails and fingernails and stuff. So that's just a fun little thing you can do at home. All right. I've done everything that we needed to cover. Okay, so today, when the kids were younger, we used to watch Minute to Win It a lot as a family. So, and Jackson's rolling his eyes behind the camera, which is not justified. So, today, I'd like to introduce our special guest star, and then we will talk about our little activity. Come on down, Mr. Zsigray.
Woo!
Give it up for Mr. Zsigray.
Hello.
Hi.
How's everyone? So real quick, before we get into the Minute to Win It, I just want to say I'm at the office most days, and I look forward to coming home. We eat dinner together as a family, and then the next thing we do is watch the videos. So I get to see the videos every night, and I have enjoyed the things that the kids send in, what makes them happy, the dinosaurs and the photos. So it's been a lot of fun. So Mrs. Zsigray misses all you guys.
I do.
And I enjoy watching the videos.
It's true. Okay, so today, Jackson and Mr. Zsigray are each going to get an Oreo. And then it's going to go on their forehead. And without using their hands, they have to get it into their mouth. Now, full disclosure.
Won't happen.
They each had 1 minute of practice yesterday.
It did not go well.
It did not go well. Jackson's kept laying on the floor, and then he would throw it up and try it again. Mr. Zsigray was confident. I got this. He says he's been practicing all night, but I don't think he has been.
I came close a couple times yesterday.
He did. So, here's your Oreo. Please do not place it on your forehead. Jackson, I'm going to take the can, and they get a minute to win it.
Wow. Thanks for explaining the rules.
You're welcome. And you, of course, can do this at home. It doesn't have to be an Oreo, chocolate chip cookie. It could be a fruit snack, anything. The point is, it could be, Jackson, anything from the forehead to the mouth, a Ritz cracker. You just can't use your hands. All right, let me turn my timer on. Stay tuned while we get set. All right, let me do it just for a little bit more than... I'm working on it. Okay.
Ready to go down, Dad?
I'm going to try my best.
All right.
I only have to look silly for a minute.
Jackson, can you... No, I got it. Okay. All right, ready, set, go. Oh boy. All right, I only have 2 right there.
Well, I'll try and catch it.
Jackson.
Oh, close.
Oh, Jackson's getting,
Oh, we gotta get that one. Is that the 30-second rule?
Yeah.
Oh boy. I get that.
All right, good job, you tried it. All right, stay tuned for the book. All right, chapter 10 in our Dinosaurs Before Dark book, our last chapter, and it's kind of a long one, so sit tight. Chapter 10, Home Before Dark. You'll remember the end of chapter 9, they had made a wish that they could get out of there because the T-Rex was a-coming, and the treehouse spun and spun and spun. All right, a bird began to sing. Jack opened his eyes. He was still pointing at the picture of the Frog Creek woods. He peeked out the treehouse window. Outside, he saw the exact same view. "We're home," whispered Annie. The woods were lit with a golden late afternoon light. The sun was about to set. No time had passed since they'd left. "Jack! Annie!" a voice called from the distance. "That's Mom," said Annie, pointing. All right, here's the picture.
Oh, we love pictures.
That's right.
Yes.
Thanks, Jackson.
You're welcome.
All right. Jack saw their mother far away. She was standing in front of their house. She looked very tiny. "Annie! Jack!" she called. Annie stuck her head out the window and shouted, "Coming!" Jack still felt dazed. He just stared at Annie. "What happened to us?" he said. "We took a trip in a magic treehouse," said Annie simply. "But it's the same time as when we left," said Jack. Annie shrugged. "And how did it take us so far away?" said Jack. "And so long ago?" "You just looked at a book and said you wished we could go there," said Annie, "and the magic treehouse took us there." "But how?" said Jack. "And who built this magic treehouse? Who put all these books here?" "A magic person, I guess," said Annie. "A magic person?" "Oh, look," said Jack, "I almost forgot about this." He reached into his pocket and pulled out the gold medallion. "Someone lost this back there in Dinosaur Land. Look, there's a letter M on it." Annie's eyes got round. "You think M stands for magic person?" she said. "I don't know," said Jack. "I just know someone went to that place before us." "Jack! Annie!" came the distant cry again. Annie poked her head out the window. "Coming!" she shouted. Jack put the gold medallion back in his pocket. He pulled the dinosaur book out of his pack and put it with all the other books. Then he and Annie took one last look around the treehouse. "Goodbye, house," whispered Annie. Jack slung his backpack over his shoulder. He pointed at the ladder. Annie started down. Jack followed. Seconds later, they hopped onto the ground and started walking out of the woods. "No one's going to believe our story," said Jack. All right, here's another picture. Okay. "So let's not tell anyone," said Annie. "Dad won't believe it," said Jack. "He'll say it was a dream," said Annie. "Mom won't believe it," said Jack. "She'll say it was pretend," said Annie. "My teacher won't believe it," said Jack. "She'll say you're nuts," said Annie. "We better not tell anyone," said Jack. "I already said that," said Annie. Jack sighed. "I think I'm starting to not believe it myself," he said. They left the woods and started up the road toward their house. As they walked past all the houses on their street, the trip to Dinosaur Time did seem more and more like a dream. Only this world and this time seemed real. Jack reached into his pocket. He clasped the gold medallion. He felt the engraving of the letter M. It made Jack's fingers tingle. Jack laughed. Suddenly he felt very happy. He couldn't explain what had happened today, but he knew for sure that their trip in the magic treehouse had been real. Absolutely real. "Tomorrow," said Jack softly, "we'll go back to the woods." "Of course," said Annie. "And we'll climb up to the treehouse," said Jack. "Of course," said Annie. "And we'll see what happens next," said Jack. "Of course," said Annie. "Race you." And they took off together, running for home. All right. Well, that was a great book. I do have something fun planned with our special guest star for our next video for tomorrow. So no book tomorrow, but then we start a new series on Monday. Spoiler alert, it's going to be Flat Stanley. So stay tuned for that. See you later.